The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 232 of the Daily Deck Review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the yellow edition of the Smokey Bear playing cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. So here we have the yellow Smokey Bear playing card, still fully sealed in that cellophane. So if there's a pull tab, we'll try to find one and take the cellophane off first. I don't see a pull tab, so I guess we'll just try to tear into this. And just a couple weeks ago, we reviewed the standard Smokey Bear playing cards. The standard one with the standard tuck box. And this is more like the alternative artwork kind of tuck box for like the newer colors, because there was like the standard Smokey Bear playing cards, and then there's an alternative like alt tuck box, like a different tuck box. This one was in a green colorway that was exclusive to their like mystery decks a couple years ago. But then they since released like another like brown tuck box with this design, and this obviously yellow one with this design. And here we have a matte yellow, like a darker yellow colorway. It was kind of like some like tree branches here on the front. And then you got the Smokey Bear little logo there. It says protect our forests, prevent wildfires, and you got Smokey the Bear there. On the side it says always be careful with fire in that like contrasting yellow colorway. The other side says Smokey Bear times playing cards. Smokey Bear playing cards. On the bottom, you got the Smokey Bear logo, and it says produced and distributed by Art of Play. The name and characters, like some characters of Smokey Bear, used with permission of the USD's Forest Service. So this is a little bit of corporate information, kind of. And that says Art of Play and SmokeyBear.com, like the websites. And on the back, it's just pretty much the same design as the front. So I'm not sure what the back design is going to look like. And then you got that stamp style seal there. It's a white stamp style seal with a little green square with like Smokey Bear there with the shovel. And it says, remember, only you can prevent forest fires. And on the top it says established 1944. And now we're going to crack that seal. And it's paper-based seal. There's a little bit of a perforation, but it's not where the little tongue, little flap meets, so it won't really like perforate. So I'm just gonna have to cut it pretty nicely there. Or did it perforate? No, it didn't really perforate on the perforated line, but it's not too bad of a rip or cut. On the inner tuck flap, you just got that yellow colorway. Same thing on the inner tuck flaps. And we take the cards out of the box. And then on the inner tuck box, on the inside of the tuck box, it's that yellow colorway. Nothing too crazy going on there. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start with that back design. Here we have, okay, nope, this is the, and here we have a one-way back design in that yellow and white colorway. Here we have that same design we've seen on the front of the tuck box there with the leaves, with the tree branches, and then the Smokey Bear logo there, which says protect our forests. Yeah, protect our forests, prevent wildfires, and then you got Smokey Bear in the middle. And it is a one-way back design, so we flip it over. Same, or I mean, design is in different directions. There. And then for the cards you get with the deck, we'll start with this one. Here we got, this is what I think what the design of the other tuck box was. Or similar to it. This might have been the back design. I think this was the back design. Or something similar to the other. I can't quite remember, but here we have a little art, kind of like photo kind of design with Smokey Bear. And it says Smokey Bear playing cards on that sign. And he has like the forest behind him there with the mountains and the blue sky. And then there's a little information card about Smokey Bear. If you want to pause and read, you can. Then we got an Art of Play ad card. Then we get to the custom Ace of Spades. There, it's a blue, it's like a light blue ace of spades there, with Smokey Bear standing there, and he's pointing to and he's saying, only you can prevent wildfires, and then you got the standard, like, and then you got a black border around, and the rest of the cards are pretty, like, standard. You got, like, the pretty standard looking, like, spades, nothing too crazy about them. And then on the twos, you got little information like remember cards, if you want to pause and read. But I'll read the first one. It says, remember, if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. Prevent wildfires. And then the rest of the cards are just pretty, like, standard looking. Then you got the custom ace, so now you got the custom court cards, Jack, Queen, and King of spades there, and they're all forest friends, like the forest friends there. So you got a blue jay, you got an owl, and you got an eagle. So you got all three different types of birds. And the diamonds are pretty standard diamonds. And the background colors are kind of like an off-white kind of color. It's not like that bright white, like a bicycle deck. Kind of more like a eggshell off-white. And then the two also has another little information. I guess I'll read them because there's only 4 twos in the deck. It says, remember, always be careful with fire. Prevent wildfires. And then the rest of the diamonds are pretty standard. And then you got the fully custom court cards once again, and they're more forest creatures. You got a raccoon, a bunny, and a wolf. And the court cards are the diamonds. And then the club court cards, once again, 3 more animals. You got a deer, you got like a lynx or bobcat, and then you got a squirrel for the clubs. And the rest of the clubs are pretty standard. And then you got, then it says, remember, Smokey's friends don't play with matches, prevent wildfires. And we got the court cards for the hearts. And then you got like a little buffalo or bison. And you got a beaver. And you got a fox. And then the rest of the hearts are pretty standard. And then you get to the 2 of hearts, and it says, remember, drown, stir, drown, and feel it's cold. Prevent wildfires. And then you got the 2 jokers here at the end. And there's a pine tree. So you got 2 identical jokers that are pine trees there. So pretty much the same as the other Smokey the Bear playing cards, like for the faces of them. But the back design is that, like, newer kind of like design, slightly different than the other Smokey Bear playing cards. And it's in that yellow colorway. But now that we've seen what the cards look like, time to test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And for being straight out of the box, they felt like they have a lot of flex to them. They have a decent amount of flex, which is nice. They're nice and springy, and they definitely feel like slick to them. So they definitely could fly out of your hands. And they feel nice and smooth. So pretty like average and normal springs there. Which is a good thing though. I always like those good feeling springs. Now on to the fans. As you can see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. Now on to the Pharaoh. A pretty decent Pharaoh there. They did slightly like catch on each other, but they still interlocked away pretty nicely there, except for that little one that like caught there. But anyways, now on to the giant fan of the back design. And now for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is not smooth at all. I did have to like slide and push them together to get them to interlock and weave. Interlock and weave, okay, but there's a little bit of like clumpiness there with those spaces. But now for a giant fan of the faces. Now for the wiffle shuffle or bridge shuffle. Oh, well, okay, messed that one up. So we did not get our 3 perfect wiffles in a row. But the wiffles are still pretty smooth if you don't mess them up. And it depends on how even the packets are when you cut them. But they're still like pretty smooth wiffles there. Other than that, now onto the packet cuts. Pretty good packet cuts there. They did not feel like they wanted to slide in my hands at all, which is pretty nice. And now onto the one-handed cut or Shirley cut. Now time for the dribble. Pretty average dribbles there, nothing like overly crazy. But they are still pretty fun to dribble. So, yeah, nothing crazy there, but still pretty nice. And now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, pretty like standard like deck of cards there. For like, it's pretty like for standard for like the, if you're comparing it to like the other Smokey Bear playing cards, it's pretty similar. Other than the back design, the back designs are obviously different. This one has like that newer style back design in the yellow colorway. And then you got pretty standard looking faces. But then you got the fully custom core cards, which are all different animals from the forest, all different forest friends. Then you got all the twos have a little Smokey Bear quote on them, which is kind of nifty and neat to see. Custom twos, because you usually see custom aces, but we usually see custom twos, which is pretty nice. So, well, a pretty nice back design there, even if it is a one-way back design. Yeah, even if it is a one-way back design, it's still pretty nice back design nonetheless, in that nice yellow colorway. And then for the handling, like you just saw, they handle pretty fantastic. I found no real issues. So, like most decks, I never find many issues with them at all. It's just, the cards are a little bit like on the thinner side, like they're slightly more thinner than normal, which is not terrible. So they already feel broken in, which is nice. If you like if you like that kind of style of cards, like already slightly broken in, go straight out of the box. But anyway, they handle fantastic, and they look fantastic. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and this has been day 232 of a daily deck review, and this has been the Yellow Smoky Bear playing cards from Art of Play, and I'm the Canadian Card Collector, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.